Hey everyone, and welcome back to the new and improved Manor Bar. I've decided to dispense with the news sections so I can just bring you awesome drinks and go into a bit more detail on them. So let's get dug in. So I got to thinking, what could make an interesting drink? What's something that's probably not been done before? Which led me to Bile. Bile, for those who might not know, comes from the Left 4 Dead series. There's a special zombie type called the Boomer. He's really big and fat and obese, and he just throws up all over you if he gets close to you, or you shoot him and he explodes and it covers your face. And this Bile attracts the horde of zombies straight to your general body, and they will destroy you in many ways. So it's not particularly nice stuff. I thought I could turn that into an interesting drink, and so let's look at what we're going to need to do that. So here's what you're going to need for the Bile cocktail. You will need yourself a highball glass with ice. You'll need a cocktail shaker. Now, you can just make it straight into the highball glass with ice, but I've decided I'm going to put in the cocktail shaker because I want to mix everything up together pretty well before I actually get out there. You're also going to need yourself some orange juice, and this is going to be the main base of the drink. And then you're going to need yourself some Southern Comfort. This is going to be the biggest alcoholic influence in the Bile. Now your blue curacao is going to give it some of that colour. It's really going to turn it, along with the orange juice, into the nice gungy, greeny colour that we want. And finally, you don't necessarily need absinthe. I'm just going to put some in there to give it a bit of an extra kick, because it's Bile. It's not supposed to be sweet and nice. It's going to be real punchy stuff. So definitely going to shove some of that in. So I'd say you want about 2 measures of your Southern Comfort to go in first. And then you're going to want to put in your half measure of absinthe. Again, you don't need to do this. I'm just doing this out of personal preference. Now you're going to put in your orange juice. Since this is going to make up the main bulk of the drink, you're probably going to want about 5-6 measures of this. And then you're going to put in your blue curacao. Now, it's really up to personal preference how much of this you put in, so I advise putting in a measure, half a measure, mixing it up, seeing how it looks, and then adjusting. It's easy to add more, but once it's in there you can't really take it away, so use sparingly and see how it goes. Okay, you want to put on the lid, definitely hold it firmly, and give it a good old shake. Ooh, that is a fantastic colour. I'm going to pour it out and show you what I mean. And here is your Bile. Oh, just look at that. That is awesomely green. Then let's give this bad boy a go. Yeah. The absinthe I added has definitely given it that extra little bit of kick to it that I like. There's a definite sharpness to it that really, I think, definitely fits the whole Bile thing. Now, if you fancy decorating it a bit more than just having it solid green, or if you want to make it a bit sweeter, what you can do is you can add a bit more of the blue curacao, but just slowly, so that it'll sink down to the bottom and create this kind of tiered gradient effect. Let's just do that slowly. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is wonderful. That's good. Now I've got a little bit left over here, so what you can do if you do have a little bit left is turn it into a shot. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this and pour quite a bit of it into here, probably about halfway, just over half. And then you're going to grab yourself some Baileys. Now this is where it gets interesting, because this is going to rest on top, and then we're going to drop in a couple of drops of blue curacao, which will draw it down through the drink. And hopefully, I'm hoping, because I've not done this yet, hopefully it'll make it look all Biley and horrible. But, good thing to note when you're doing this, if you are putting Baileys in this, because of the acidic nature of the orange juice and all the other alcohol, it will curdle. So if you're going to do this, do it and then neck it back quickly, otherwise it's going to curdle and you're not going to have a very good time. So let's give it a go. You just want to pour it in gently at the top. Oh dear. Well, that didn't pour in gently at all. But that's, oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring it up to you guys. That is how it looks, but it's all curdling and horrible. And that is a boomer bile shot. And so you got to neck this back nice and quick. Oh. Whoa. Now I left that just a little bit too long. Don't get me wrong, it was tasty as hell, but you really do have to get that down quickly if you're doing those, because even in that little amount of time that I did that, it had already started solidifying and going horrible. So if you're doing that, word to the wise, do it quickly. But otherwise, you've got your nice big, less curdly boomer bile drink to enjoy. So, bust one of these out, get on Left 4 Dead, have a good time with your friends. I wouldn't suggest throwing this at people because it will only attract flies and not the horde. So, yeah, stick to drinking this one. I have been Rich Perry, and this is the Manor Bar. Have a fantastic day.